Hello and welcome back to my Loop Hero Let's Play. We are jumping not back where we just left off. So you might notice that we are now on loop level 50. When we last were playing, we were on starting loop level 26. The stats have obviously gone up quite a bit since you have seen. When we last left off, our maximum health was 41,381. We're now at 97,669, which is massive. Our shield was 1979. It's now 6780. Our max skeletons when we last left off was 5. We are now at 6, and the reason for that is this trait right here that I eventually got. And as you can see, we're about to level up again, 610,000 XP. That's a ton. But because we have this bonus, we're actually getting there. And then summon quality has gone up slightly. It was 58%, now it's 62%. And then, of course, the biggest thing is skeleton level. Previously was 30.10. It's now 65.80. So, the rest of the stuff remains the same. So, basically, what I did was I swapped rings. I used to be running rings like this, which is this is what we could have as skeleton level damage, but the weapons scale better. So you can see this is 45.39. So what I did was now I'm taking blue rings with +1 skeletons as well as a higher skeleton level. I finally was able to replace my neck, 860 magic shield, which is cool, but again, compared to this, it doesn't really matter that much. Max skeletons +1 and summon quality, extremely important to have at least 2 rolls on summon quality. And then this ring is just a little bit of skeleton level, which is, I mean, negligent at this point, but summon quality as well as maximum skeletons. So it's extremely important that I get skeletons out, and I get the tank skeletons out in particular, because then it takes the heat off of me. Also, just to show you what some of the other books are rolling, we have something like this, has max skeletons, but it's 4115 and 88 attack speed. We have something like this. I just saved these so I could show them to you. You could be getting something like this as well. Region 12.6 plus 29 defense. And then what is that, 34? So let's call that 34 plus 4. So like 37, a little over 37 and a half. I mean, that's not terrible. It's pretty cool. This is an example of another neck we could be using, but what we do is we drop the summon quality, which I don't want to do. You already saw, or maybe you haven't seen this one yet, but 14.58 is what we could have in that far left slot, but I want that max skeleton. And then you see that we have 236% attack speed. This ring gives 236 attack speed on its own. We could double our attack speed with one ring. I just thought that was insane, so I thought I'd lock it so you guys could see it. Okay, now, we still have 15 potions, 15 of 15. I don't think we have any regen, so that's not going to save us. What I'm noticing now is I think we're getting close to the point where I'm going to start they're breaking through my shield. I just don't know how long we're going to last. I mean, we have almost 98,000 health. So I'm going to run this and just see how far we get. And then if I think we can continue to go, I might bring you back later when I actually physically die. But for now, unless of course it happens in this episode, which is possible. So let's get to it. This is very exciting. I don't think I've ever had anywhere near 97,000 health. So very cool. Remember that the ancestral crypt is part of what's making that possible. Between the antique shells that we have back at the base, which I think we're running 9, but I can't remember specifically. But then in addition to that, right here, +3 max HP for every enemy with a soul killed. And that is why we did what we did with all these rat wolves, as well as vampires count as well. So that's the whole reason why we have such a ridiculous high HP max. So let's get started and let's see how we do. You'll notice that summoning this stuff, they are starting to rip through our stuff here. But hopefully we'll be able to survive. I mean, these guys have a lot of health. It takes a lot longer to kill, which is why I didn't want you to watch everything, because it just takes forever. But every time I summon a skeleton, my shield goes up. So now that they're they're actually winning against us a little bit more. We're getting a much bigger shield. And I'll just be looking casually to see if there's any replacements for stuff. That defense, look at that. That ring has 90 defense just on the ring. That's awesome. These tanks have to come up. Look at this. They have 400 defense right now. These guys have 267 defense. These guys have 267 as well. It's actually funny because these guys have scaled a bit, but they're actually hurting me because I can't summon additional skeletons back here. So the tiles where these guys help, which are 4 in both directions from the campfire, are my weakest tiles now. Once I get out of there, it's better. There's another book. Still have them helping me. But I can summon them so fast, the skeleton replacements, that typically we're alright, but every now and then they'll hurt me a bit. Let's see if that's any better. Nope. Okay, now I can finally, if I can get enough summon to split the damage, I'll be alright. So as you can see, this basically just takes time. So I did want to bring you back at loop 50 just so you could see what it looks like. I mean, they already ripped through almost 7,000 shield. But then after that, if I take any damage, it's not really that terribly much, I don't think. Oh, and we got the mages back here. They only have 66 defense, but they deal 534 damage. These guys are doing roughly 200. These guys are doing 434. These guys are doing about 320. So, still pretty strong considering. I do believe that this is by far the highest run that I've ever had on a Necro as well. I didn't show you all the resources back at the base. I'll show you, if I remember, I'll stop at the campfire and show that off as well. But suffice to say, we're up there for sure. So now it's just a matter of seeing how it performs. Look at that. 48 defense and 104 attack speed in one ring. Absolutely awesome. See that? Look at that. I got the Archer 2 up. 66 defense, 534 damage, same as the Mage. But because we have a maximum of 6 skeletons, we can summon a total of 7 because of the trait. That gives you a possibility to summon 2 extra on your last cast. So, very good stuff. Just based off of how difficult these fights are, though, I don't know how much longer we'll last, but if we go a good... I may just go 30 minutes or so on this. It really just depends, because I just can't imagine this being that amazingly entertaining, but, you know, maybe it is. I don't know. It's definitely the strongest Necro build I've ever had, so very cool there. Alright, another necklace we could have, but why would I take that? I kind of trained myself to know what to look for now, so I can actually look. I don't really need that, but you can see them just absolutely tearing our skeletons up. But the good news is they're not killing me all that much yet. And even if they get through that shield, 99,000 health coming up, so should be fine. At least in theory. $65.8 skeleton level, and we're on loop 50, so that is well past where we should be theoretically at this point. Okay, that's an example of if it had rolled max skeletons and the skeleton level was higher, I would consider it. Of course, the one I have is way better. These are far and few between, but I do see a fair number of these. I haven't even gotten the back lineup yet. There we go. All it takes is a tank or two to come up. Oh, look at this. See, that level 60 is still not as good as the other grimoires level 57, so you got to constantly be watching for those. You're looking for specific things here. Also, I had said in an earlier episode I was going to try not taking the Ancestral Crypt out and using the other thing. I think initially I had misread this as 3 HP per kill, not 3 max HP. So this is just like doubling up with this. This is for resources and this is for enemy kills. So between the two, we are just skyrocketing in health. I mean, it won't be long, we'll have 100,000 health. Again, I just don't know how much further we can go. I mean, it's going to get to a point where it's taking 90 years to kill just a vampire. Because, I mean, these guys have almost, 1,000 health, and these guys have, almost 600 health. That's a decent amount of health amongst all of them. What, like, around, 4,000-ish health? See, now if that had, let's see, skeleton level is only 27, summon quality's fine, max skeleton, we still wouldn't have swapped that, even if it rolled with max skeletons, because for some reason, the one I have is better skeleton level. So very rarely are we getting upgrades at this point. Just battling through. And this is essentially what I did. Oh, I didn't mention, it took me 3 hours. It was like 3 hours and 10 minutes to go from loop 26 to loop 50. So that would have essentially been 3 episodes had I just continued to record as normal. Which is why I thought maybe I'd cut it out and bring you guys back at loop level 50. I don't know how many people even make it to this tier, but of course there's way higher than this. I'm not trying to say this is super high or anything. I think it's pretty high for Necromancer though. My Rogue, I think, could do this. I mean, I was running 60 pluses on my my main character, so that wouldn't be as impressive on Rogue, I don't think. And again, it's been a while since I've done it like that, so we'll take a quick look at that. Okay, no. As you can see, though, they've still ripped through 7,000 magic shield pretty easily. It's not until I get some of my tanks up that I can get everything else out. Now I got these guys back there slowing me down, which is definitely unfortunate. This is rough here. I wish I could just disable those. Gotta deal with it. That will probably end up being what kills me, if I had to guess. When it happens, it'll probably be because I can't get my skeletons out fast enough or something. Gotta have those tanks, and you only get the tanks with summon quality, so... Okay, we've done it. We've broken 100,000 health. Very cool. Okay. So that's loop 50 completed. We're just going to continue. It's too bad. 18 regen. Wow, that's insane. On one piece. I can't even imagine how ridiculous. You know what? Since I have that locked, I'm gonna lock that instead, just for fun. I doubt we'll ever need it, but skeleton level regen and 72% attack speed. I love seeing the higher stats on this stuff. It's really fun. Lots of evades. Plus, when he hits, he gets so much health back. So that's not helping either, obviously. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll last, but, you know, at least we can say we did it once. That one's 34 reach in per second. Insane. Again, I know this isn't like a super high level or anything, but it is kind of fun. Look at this, we can't even kill him. Yikes. Oh, I forgot to show the resources. Dang it. Of course I did. Not bad. I don't even know why I'm holding on to that. I wish these did something a little different. See, I took some damage there, for sure. Oh, look at that. That's too bad. That's a cool drop, but it's... I wouldn't want the attack speed anyway. I don't really want to go over... I don't really want to go past 250, so that would push us way over the 300 mark. But pretty cool drop. If that had been blue without the attack speed, it might have been a contender. See, it's really tough to get my skeletons out, which just slows the process a bit, but... Okay, so that's an example. 810, it's wow, it's multiple levels below the one I have, but still rolled the same skeleton level. Interesting. Still not higher than what I have. That Bowman's going like mad. They just one-shot the tanks. Yeah, I have a feeling the end is probably relatively near. I mean, again, they still have to get to 100,000 health. Oh, I failed to mention something else, too. They have to get through 100,000 health, plus the 7,100 magic shield, but on top of that, remember, I get a free resurrection here, plus we have... Oh, maybe we don't have it. Okay, well, we don't have the trait yet. It might be in the next roll here. But we have our free 80% resurrection, plus we have this one. So we basically have 2 resurrections, one of which would be 80,000 health, the 80% res, and then the other one's a full 100,000 plus whenever I die. So, I mean, it could potentially still work for longer. It's just going to take forever to get through the loops, which, I mean, to be quite honest, is not the best use of my time, obviously, but I don't know. Now that I've taken it this far, I kind of want to keep going, just to see how far it would take before it finally gets defeated. So I will probably do the rest off camera again and just see how much further I can push it. And this will serve as like an interim as to, so you can kind of see where we're at currently at loop level 50. 16 versus 14. Wow, okay. 16, 20. I mean, you could argue at this point I don't even need 6 skeletons because I'm hardly even getting them out. But when I do like this, it does make a difference. Yeah, now they're starting to hurt me a bit. What do we got here? Nope. Skeleton. If I could have rolled skeleton level maximum skeletons and quality, that would have been a perfect roll. I mean, that would have been amazing then. Summon quality is 32% on that one, and it's lower than the one I have equipped currently. So all that, the attack speed, all it had to do was roll max skeletons, and that would have been a replacement. Yeah, the tanks enable me to just immediately spawn another, or like summon another skeleton, so that's why they're so imperative now to this build. Had I known it was that important from the beginning, I may very well have prioritized it just a tad bit sooner, but luckily I did somewhat prioritize it at the beginning, and I didn't even realize I was doing it, and that's why I think we got as far as we did as well. Okay, this is obviously an upgrade, so we'll take that. Excellent. It's definitely a lot of summons though, so we're at 7,200 now. Just take a quick look at that. It's what you could have at this level anyways. I mean, that's kind of irrelevant considering... I mean, just think about that. A 62 amulet is 1737. They would absolutely rip through that right now because they're ripping through 7,200 magic shields. So I don't know that it's even... Look at that. They just destroyed that. Now, I'm taking reduced damage as long as I have a lot of skeletons out, so they're not hitting me directly for that much, but... interesting to see them just tear through that much shield. Aha, look at that. Okay, now that is a perfect upgrade. 1.35 skeleton level, 32% summon quality, plus 1 to max skeletons, and we get the regen. And if we had our bonus back at the base, it would have even been better. That is the money ring I've been waiting for to drop. Boom, there it is. I mean, 3 regen is not exactly bad. It's not shabby. Obviously, it ain't 30, but still pretty good. That was the money replacement right there, and it took forever to get. And I just quickly look and then keep moving. Because I know exactly what I'm looking for now, because these books almost are never close. I mean, I guess that one's kind of close. Wait, is it? Yeah, kind of. I'm probably not going to change this ring ever again. That's just too good. Oh, 69.21 skeleton level. Nice. Look at that one. 40 defense, attack speed, regen, and skeleton level. Wow, that is so insane. Very cool. I'm going to do my best to try to remember to show the resources here when we get to the camp. That 62 is not higher than what we currently have. What about this? Can't take that, unfortunately. It's a good ring, though. Alright, we're going into our dangerous territory now, which is when the archers, the regular, like, archer guys will back us up, which is so little damage compared to what we could contribute. Remember, these guys are doing 561. And our little baby archers now are doing what? Oh, wow, amazing. 88. That's so helpful. I mean, it's something, obviously, but it ain't much. Relative. 42 on that level 60 book. Nope. My goodness, we can't even kill that guy. Tough. Remember, they're all getting 10% vampirism, so, I mean, when he hits us, he gets 321 health back. Or hits someone, anyway. So it's effectively like you're fighting his total health times 2 or 3, basically. And then that goes for the dogs. Don't look like they do it as much. Look at that. Look at the regen they get. 6. Doesn't affect them nearly as much. Oh, weird. Alright, so let's quickly look at resources. So this is what we have so far. I mean, this is a lot of stuff here. It doesn't show the... Oh yeah, it does show the duplicates, okay. So 1,000 food, almost 2,000 of the stable wood, 1,359 books, you know, 129 of the Orbs of Evolution. That's not bad. 750 metal. I mean, all this stuff is really going to help us when we get back. So... But we are obviously going to stay and not retreat. Alright, I'm going to do one more loop, assuming that I survive it. And then I'm actually going to... I think I'm going to call the episode there. And then I'm just going to keep going and see how much further the run, this particular run can get. Because at this point, like I said, we kind of have what I would consider some of the best in-slot gear pieces, with the exception of like possible upgrades to this and this. I don't think this is going to change anytime soon, and that's probably not going to change for a very long time. Concerning the number of rings I've seen like that, I doubt we'll see anything like it. And now that we have the regen, it tops us off health-wise, so it's really good. I really wish we had the regen back at the base, though. And of course, when I say that, I'm talking about like being put into our little camp thing. Wow. Magic shield's going up. Health is still going up. Taking a little damage there, but that's okay. .91 defense on a ring. Nice. Also, every time we cross one of those groves, we get the little version of the wood, the little sticks or twigs or whatever they are. And as a result, we get even more resources, which of course combos with our antique shelves and gives us more max HP. And that combines with this, with the ancestral crypt for everything we kill, and also boosts our max HP. So it's a potent setup. It really is. With Rogue and with Warrior, I don't think the Ancestral Crypt will work quite good. It might work good with Warrior, but with Rogue, you have to have the additional shield, really, to survive. Look at that one. Summon quality, skeleton level. If the attack speed had just rolled +1 to max skeletons, I would have replaced what I have right now with that as well. But it did not, so alas, we will not be able to equip it. You can see it, 1369, nice. We're still hanging in there pretty good. Pretty impressive. .96 defense. Look at that, 19.2 regen on there. Dang. I just don't think we would survive with it. This makes me really excited eventually to take the Rogue back out too, because I've got some interesting plans for that. But I believe we might still do another Necro run. I think we might do an additional Necro one once this one dies. If it ever dies. And surely it will die eventually. one can only assume it will. Wow, they ripped through that shield. Man, having all those skeletons is awesome. I should have probably mentioned this at the beginning if I did not mention it at the beginning of the series, but I've actually already gotten all the achievements on this Steam version of the game. I think there are a lot of achievements I haven't mentioned just because I've already gotten them, so you'll probably just want to look up the achievements on like some sort of list if you're looking to hunt those. But having this many skeletons out, I think, is one of them, and dying 3 times in a run and resurrecting or something is another one, so you have to use the Ancestral Crypt here to get that. See, now that one's actually worse. Not to mention it rolled evasion, which is terrible, so we definitely don't want that. Terrible for this build, and actually probably for the warrior as well. I'm really excited to see how much further this could potentially go, though. So I think I'm gonna, while watching some other YouTube videos, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to run. Just keep my eye on it as I'm doing other stuff, and we'll see how far it can get off camera again. And then I'll bring you guys back either when I die or maybe when I get to loop. If I were to make it to, say, loop 70, I'll bring you guys back there. I would not say that that's probably going to happen. But if it did, or if I die before then... Oh, that one's actually better, slightly better. How about that? 4850. Almost missed it, too. Okay. That's like this. 351. I mean, I'm going to keep it just because maybe I'll need that if I switch something else up. But, yeah, had that rolled summon quality, I would have changed it. Regen 14.4, 8.10. If the attack speed had rolled max skeletons, I would have replaced my ring. That would have been awesome. But no. There are some really cool drops for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna reevaluate some of the stuff I put at my camp too when we go back for the next build. There's going to be new things I prioritize, I think, based off how this run went. Of course, that being said, you could run into a situation where you don't get past the beginning because of certain traits and other things. You just never really know, but nope. Alright, a couple more tiles and we will have done it. Gosh, those things are tough. He didn't get through my health, I mean the shield, so yeah. Okay, we have now done it. Again, I'll just show off my gear here that I am currently running on this loop. That's what we've got. I'll hit this so you can see a summary of all the stuff that we've gotten so far. We're starting loop 53, and I will bring you guys back when I have more to show. Either I will have just died and I'll be on this screen, and we'll end up using our skulls to take everything, or maybe it'll be loop 70 that I'm coming back to. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great one.